It's time to duel! Hello and welcome, this is the Real Payne coming to you with another figure review. Today I'm gonna have a look at the Figma Black Magician Girl from the Yu-Gi-Oh line. Can I call it a line yet? So far Figma has done a regular Yami Yugi, and we had other Yu-Gi-Oh figures by Vulcanlock, not by Figma though, so I'm looking forward to hopefully more, because I wasn't super happy with the Vulcanlock one. I mean, those were okay, but if Figma really gets this going, I'm on board. So we have a couple of pictures, one with the Yami Yugi, which I have in here later for a little bit of comparison time. Let's see how they stack up together. But it's enough of the box, let's have a look at the figure. I summon Fanservice in attack mode. Well, I mean, let's be honest here. It is a cool character, but, you know. Let's have a look at the size of the Dark Magician Girl. She stands at about 14 centimeters to the top of her head. And if you want to count the hat is like 16 and a half centimeters to the tip over there. So that means a little over 5.5 inches to the top of her head, and a little under 6.5 inches to the top of her hat. That thing. But honestly, taking this figure out of the box, I could just think of one thing. Fantastic. Because the look overall is, like I said, fantastic. Or more like magical. But, I mean, just look at the face. Just look at the overall eyes and everything that's going on over there. Looks exactly like she did in the show. And I know my camera is yellowing again because there's too much blue. Why do I keep having blue figures recently? But, you know, I think I'm gonna throw this thing in the trash and get a better camera because I'm sick and tired of this. Anyhow, review. We actually have the uncensored kind of like satanic symbol going on over there, but it's just a figure, it's just a cartoon, so get over it. There's some nice detail going on. She has also a necklace, and the paint overall is very clean. I have not found a part where they really slipped. I mean, the pink is really nicely lined up, and the hair also very nicely done, very nicely sculpted and painted. I mean, it's just, the hair is just yellow plastic. But anyhow, speaking of sculpt work, I mean, her bust is quite terrific. I don't even remember her having that big of a boobies, but it's there. And of course, nicely detailed butt, because it is there. I didn't make it, I'm just pointing it out. And down to the shoes. Well done on the paint and everything. But the articulation is where it's kind of hit and miss. So first of all, the hat rotates. It would rotate around, but it's blocked by the hair. It goes forward nicely, because this is kind of soft plastic-ish in the front, the hair. But in the back, that's not the case, because it doesn't really go back. It's as far as it goes, and then the hat pops. The hat pops off, because you can kind of take that off, probably for the different faces later, because it would kind of block. So I'm just going to leave that off, actually, so it doesn't get in the way anymore. But yeah, it doesn't go back because it gets blocked by the hair. Then we have the same kind of problem with the shoulders. They would go up, they only go up like this. They would go up more, but obviously this is blocking it. And this is kind of hard plastic, although you can move it around a little bit. You know, it doesn't break off or anything. It does give you some lenience, but not a lot. That's really as far as it goes up. Of course, rotates around, you can spin it around at the shoulder. And then at the elbow, it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, it does go up almost all the way, and it rotates. It does rotate at the elbow, and it also rotates at the wrist over here, at the forearm more precisely. And then the hand is super blocked because of the mold. I mean, it does go back and forth a little bit, and it does go around. It's a typical ball joint on 2 packs at the chest area, so that moves left and right. Would go all around. Does have good motion in the front and back department. Actually very impressed by that. And then it also rotates at the hips, if I'm not... No, it doesn't actually. Never mind. It doesn't rotate at the hips. It doesn't rotate down here. Now something fell off. Now the hair fell off. Well, I mean, it rotates down here, the entire hip part. And then the legs they're also kind of limited because of this. I mean, you can push it out of the way. Just have to force it a little bit. Goes forward nicely, almost all the way, pretty much all the way. Goes back, same thing. You can also rotate it around. Up there to lag a little bit. You can tell there's like the piece, the ball pack. It's kind of going into the pack. Into a ball, which packs again into the lag, so you can rotate that around. And then the knee joints, they don't look pretty, but they get the job done. I mean, I've seen worse, it's okay actually. And then the feet kind of pop off. Because, well, there's a feature for that, so there's a reason that's there. But anyway, you can rotate that over here. Also, the upper part is kind of like a floaty piece. It's kind of moving around on its own. And then the foot is also super limited because of the mold, because of this piece. Just, again, it's kind of soft-ish, but not soft enough for really give you the motion that you might want. But also, I don't think it has a real ankle rocker. I think it's still one of those things which is like a peg that goes into the foot and you can rotate it around on the peg, and that's pretty much it. We have a couple of hands. You have a holdy hand, two holdy hands basically for her staff. We'll get to that. So open hands, two peace sign hands, and kind of like, this looks like a hand she would kind of use to read in a book. What book? Well, this book. It has empty pages, but that doesn't matter because the back side of it looks a lot nicer, and it's probably what you're gonna look at a lot more. So this is nice metallic. I really dig. I always dig it when they do like a metallic stuff with like the flat brown or whatever. I really like the conversion, and it's super nicely painted. There's no, I mean, it's kind of going a little bit over the line there, but you can barely notice that. So I'm not gonna rag on that at all. So yeah, you got the nice and golden spots over there, and the green metallic, and the gray of course with the brown. And you actually get an extra stand for that, just a see-through plastic stand. You can kind of pack that in here. Just goes in there, and it is on a ball pack, so you can rotate it around a little bit for your posing. With the floaty magic book, of course, she does have her staff, very important, which you kind of just take apart if you want to put it in her hand. Let's actually try that out real quick. Let's see if it fits. Just for reference. Yeah, it's in there tightly, as you can tell. Probably same thing with this one. Yep, holds it. Nice. Overall, same thing. You have the nice and golden metallic with the flat, light bluish. And just a little bit of pink. And again, the lines are drawn very nice, very clean. No problem there. And then she comes with two more faces. Yeah, it's kind of like the smiling face looking to the side and the winky face. She doesn't have like an angry face, like an attacking face. She's always happy, but that's okay. I guess it's the Magician Girl. Needs to be happy. And finally, one of the more unique pieces, and kind of weird, but I kind of can see why she has two more legs. And I always rag on the knees, so with this one, that's not really a problem. And once again, I understand why they did that, because she's always floating around, she's always flying around, and this is like the, also like the pose she often has on the cards, I think, if I remember correctly, where she's just like flying around with her knees bent. So, giving you two extra legs where the knees are bent and it's fully molded and you don't have to deal with this, I can appreciate that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, really. And as usual, you get your Figma back, and you get your Figma base. That's the same thing as always. It's comparison time. Let's have a little, well, not really comparison, just kind of lining it up and showing you what Yami Yugi from Figma and the Dark Magician Girl look like together. They line it up very nicely, and I think the size they got it, well, I think they were about the same size, as much as I can remember, but basically, it's a great look. And that's gonna do it. That brings us to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Boys and girls and children of all ages. I gotta tell you, I really love this. I'm really into this. I think the design is amazing. It's quite baffling how they did all this detail, and I kind of, when I put in a post, I just saw all these more things, like lines going down on her back and everything that I didn't even really notice, that I didn't even really mention before. So it only added to me liking this figure a lot. So basically, yeah, I 100% recommend it. Although, you know, like I said, the articulation is kind of meh. They could have made this on a ball joint so it kind of rotates around a little bit with the arms. They could have fixed that. They could have left a little bit of a gap in the hair in the back here. They could have, like, you know, kind of not have the hair completely straight, but put something in there to tilt the hat back a little bit more. But that's really it. But anyway, that's my verdict. Let me know what you guys think about it. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever the Dark Magician girl wants. Goodbye.